Thank God there are so many wonderful chesed organizations that are devoted to acts of kindness. You find this in the greater Toronto community, not just the Jewish community. I mean, we were hooked up with the Make-A-Wish Foundation when we got here, and there are so many wonderful agencies. I think what makes Chai Lifeline unique in what it provides to the community is that it provides that added touch, that added dimension of care. First of all, in that it understands what a nuclear Jewish family's needs are. And so it comes and it hits the ground running when it confronts a family that's facing a health crisis for one of the family members. It knows exactly what the needs of the family are. So it doesn't have to do an intake survey to be able to figure things out. There's someone already at the door waiting to provide a meal or a tutor or someone to be able to take the children to an event. And so that's a tremendous, tremendous benefit. It also adds the dimension of, I don't have to ask. Chai Lifeline is there before I even ask. And so many people, including our family, we're very proud people. We never view ourselves as a charity case. We're not looking for handouts. We're not looking to be showered with care. Chai Lifeline is there to say, we know we know that you're not asking for it, but we're here to give it to you anyway, because one day you're going to need it, and then tomorrow you'll be able to pass it forward to somebody else.
I oversee the fundraising initiatives as well as the programming initiatives for all of Chai Lifeline Canada. Chai Lifeline Canada has chosen Rabbi Korobkin to be honored at this year's Sing-for-the-Children concert.
Most people look at what Chai Lifeline does and they act out of sympathy. And there's nothing wrong with that. They support Chai Lifeline out of sympathy for the children. Rabbi Korobkin takes it one step further. He acts out of empathy. He puts himself in the shoes of the children. He puts himself in the shoes of the parents. He puts himself in the shoes of their siblings. And when he thinks with empathy, he's able to identify more precisely how he can be beneficial to them, to Chai Lifeline.
It makes a world of difference. You know, a child who is ill, has many people who are affected in the family. And while the government, steps in with medical care, and a lot of it is taken care of that way, there's still the pain that people go through, the anxiety they go through, the effect on their business, effect on their home life, effect on their marriages, effect on their relationships with their children. And Chai Lifeline, their volunteers, their staff, are trained to help with this, and they do amazing things.
The programming and the services that Chai Lifeline offers, it's more than just somebody dropping something off at the hospital. It's that knowing that you're part of a community, you're part of a family, you're part of a group of people who will hold you up while you're going through whatever you're going through.
It is really for us a big zechut to have Rabbi Korobkin actually attest to the importance, the chashivas of Chai Lifeline in our community, both to himself personally and to the community.
Rabbi Korobkin has had his own personal experience with Chai Lifeline during his time in Los Angeles, and is a great supporter of Chai Lifeline. Not just because of his personal experience, but because he knows what it does for the community.
His greatest talent that makes him a great leader is his love for his fellow Jew. When he talks about loving his fellow Jew, when he talks about achdut, he means every Jew, regardless of their level of observance, regardless of their synagogue affiliation, regardless of their gender. He loves each and every one of them, and he accepts each and one of them openly. And a leader, a man who can love his congregants, is a man who can lead his congregants.
Rabbi Korobkin is the example of a leader who presents this particular outlook, who embraces everyone within the community, equally, who treats everyone equally. And that's exactly what Chai Lifeline is. That's the basis of the Chai Lifeline outlook and perspective and hashkafa of who we are and what we are attaining to be in the world Jewish community.
He's receptive to hear other views. He's receptive to new ideas. I think is very easy to talk to in that way. And I think it's been I'm sure I'm not the only one, I think it's been a big benefit to many of the people here in the community.
The compassion and the sensitivity that he shows towards every single Jew is just something that's truly inspiring.
We've done a number of programs together where our shul and his shul, through the impetus of his efforts and mine, came together for various things. Anything from Shalosh Shudas one week we came together for a special speaker. Another time we came for a fast day in order that everybody in the community should be together. There were numerous other similar types of things that we have done, projects and programs, all with the idea of trying to unify the community.
He is not afraid to be out in the community. He is consistent in his message. He is compassionate about his message. He is willing to listen to other points of view regarding his message and even step back from his point of view if that's necessary in the circumstances. His consistency and his derech eretz is, as far as we're concerned, unmatched.
His main thrust is, as a rabbi, is to welcome every Jew into the fold. He thinks every Jew is something special. And I'm so proud that he feels that way, that he reaches out to everybody, regardless of their level of orthodoxy. And he also reaches out to non-Jewish communities because he feels that's a Kiddush Hashem, and I agree with him on that regard. And I think that is the secret of his success as a rabbi, that he's able to reach out to everybody.
He's really made a huge impact on the overall community, whether that's the growth of Torah, the growth of community warmth, the growth of outreach in our community. It's come down to him and his leadership.
We owe a great debt of gratitude to Rabbi Korobkin for his support.
Thank you very much to Rabbi Korobkin for agreeing to accept this honor, and wish him a hearty mazel tov from the entire Chai Lifeline family.
You've made a difference in the few small years you've been here, and people are starting to notice it. And Chai Lifeline is one of those that has begun to notice it. And may you continue to do all of these wonderful things you've done for our community, for the city, and for all of the various organizations and institutions that are better places because of your input.
Mazel tov, Rabbi Korobkin. May you and Karen shep much nachas from your children, and we're just thrilled that you're being honored at this event and that we could be here to share it with you.
On behalf of the Silverstein family, my wife Paula, and our children, I want to thank you for coming to our community, for being who you are, for not only telling us how to live, but showing us every day through your own actions.
I'd like to take this opportunity, both on behalf of the Bayit and myself and my family personally, to wish Mazel Tov to Rabbi Korobkin for the wonderful, outstanding work that he does in our shul with his kind, caring, and compassionate approach.
Mazel Tov, Rabbi Korobkin and Karen. We love you very much, and we're very happy to see you being honored in such a wonderful way with such a wonderful organization.
Mazel Tov, Rabbi Korobkin, on this well-deserved honor. You are a true light to the entire Jewish community here in Toronto, throughout Canada, throughout the United States, and throughout the entire world.
It's really nice to see people getting honored who deserve to be honored.
We wish Rabbi Korobkin and his family lange Yuren mikazint, and he should see a lot of nachas from his kehillah and from his own family.
The fact that you are giving Hakor Tov to Chai Lifeline gives our community the hope and the strength to continue to support the families, the children that are battling these critical and unfortunately sometimes terminal illnesses. Rabbi Korobkin, thank you with gratitude and with respect.
We're glad that you chose to come to Thornhill, that we chose to have you as our rabbi, and we look forward to many years with you.
Mazel tov, Rabbi Korobkin, on this well-deserved honor. Thank you so much for your guidance, your support, and your leadership. And thank you all to all of you tonight, to all of our donors and supporters who take time out of their day to give and give back to Chai Lifeline Canada. Without you, none of this would be possible. Thank you for being part of our extended family, dedicated to fighting illness with love. Thank you for changing lives and saving lives and making a difference.
Yishar Kol Chachem, keep continuing that amazing work that you're doing. Chazak ve'ematz. Continue to be strong and courageous in all of the important work that Chai Lifeline is doing.